Pag hypertrophied yung muscles, yung kulay red, di ba? So, lumiit yung chamber. Tapos pag restrictive, halos normal looking siya sa heart. So, it, yung isa naman is myocarditis, pwedeng infective and non-infective. So, dalawa siya. So, cardiomyopathy is heterogeneous group of diseases of the myocardium associated with mechanical, so yung pump, or electrical dysfunction, arrhythmia, that usually exhibit inappropriate ventricular hypertrophy or dilatation. O basic lang ulit ha, when we say hypertrophy, more of pressure ang problem natin. When we say dilatation, more of volume. No? And are due to a variety of causes that frequently are genetic. So, para din siyang may heart failure, di ba? Kasi exertional intolerance, breathlessness, and fatigue. Pwede ka rin may water retention. And then, usually, meron kang mitral and tricuspid regurgitation. Siyempre, class, once na nag-dilate kasi ang chambers nyo, yung annulus, the one holding your valves, o kaya saan nakaangkla. Sa mga marunong yung sa pintuan, di ba, may yung hamba, alam niyo yun? Kung saan nakaano yung pinto. Pag lumuwang yun, automatic yung valve mo. Siyempre yung valve yan, di ba? Pag lumuwang yung annulus, ay, mamasada. May awag. So, may butas sa gitna, magkakaroon ka ng regurgitation. So, pwede ka rin magkaroon ng chest pain or arrhythmia. So, non-specific siya. And, of course, isama nyo ha, once na may dilatation kasi tayo, automatic yan, prone ka for thrombus, therefore, embolic events. So, okay, dilated cardiomyopathy. As the name implies, malaki siya. Ayun no? Kumain siya ng kumain. Pero hindi na kayo magka-cardiomyopathy, sarado na si kebab. No? Sayang, sarap ko. So, enlargement of the left ventricle with, take note systolic dysfunction itong dilated cardiomyopathy as measured by low EF. So, ang pinaka-main problem sa dilated cardiomyopathy is systolic dysfunction. So, 1/3 may be familial, may be also attributed to infection or toxin exposure. So, okay. Pag meron kang toxin or viral, lagi naman to may click lang, ito yung picture. Yan. The triggering factor itself, like the infection or viremia, triggers yung cytokines, di ba? And then, yung cytokines, magkakaroon tayo ng immune response. So, yun mismo, pati yung sa immune response mo and the triggering factors itself can cause chronic dilated cardiomyopathy. So, major causes of cardiomyopathy. So, siguro pili lang kayo ng mga ano dyan, familiar. So, yung sa infective, lahat, no? Viral, bacterial, parasite, fungal, spirochetes. Pag non-infective naman, puro mga tao dito, inflammatory diseases. Pag metabolic, usually, no? Vitamin B deficiency, kasama dyan. Hindi naman kung sasama pa yung mga selenium, saka carnitine, electrolyte imbalance. So, syempre, pag may thyroid ka, alam niyo naman yung pheochromocytoma, di ba? So, hypertensive din kasi yung mga patient, diabetes, obesity, or hemochromatosis. Yung toxic, alcohol yan. Yun, alcohol. Syempre, yung mga nagkikimo nating mga patients, kasama dyan. No? And then, pwede rin idiopathic. And then, tandaan nyo na rin itong arrhythmogenic right ventricular dysplasia. So, pakisulat na lang ha. Basta narinig yung ARVT, yung muscles na replace siya ng fats. Baka ilabas lang yun. Pag huwag na yung left ventricular
Send ko na lang
non-concoction.
ganyan.
Pero meron din tayong tinatawag na peripartum cardiomyopathy, ha? Yung mga nanganganak. Kalimutan ko ng exact period. Pero ay parang hindi sigurado to pero parang 20 weeks of gestation hanggang 6 weeks ata ng postpartum. O baliktad na. Basta, peripartum siya. Hindi yung kapapanganak lang. Pwedeng even before nagka-cardiomyopathy na yung patient. So toxic talaga ang pagle-labor ng isang ina. So happy Mother's Day na rin. Okay. So pag infection, ayun, myocarditis can cause dilated cardiomyopathy. So ito yung sinabi natin kanina. The most common pag toxic is alcohol. So pag alcohol daw, una is diastolic dysfunction. Well, alam naman natin nag-start tayo pag sinabing dilated cardiomyopathy is systolic. Pero pag alcohol, diastolic dysfunction muna. Tapos mild ventricular dilatation, and then heart failure. AFib is common din, di ba ate yung holiday heart syndrome, alcohol din? So, marked improvement can occur within 3 to 6 months of abstinence. Sipin nyo, 3 to 6 months na walang alcohol yung katawan nyo. Hindi nyo kakayanin yun. Cardiomyopathy na lang. So, cocaine, amphetamine, and ayan. So, pag drugs naman, we have the anti-chemo. So, number 1 is your anthracycline, exemplified by your doxorubicin cardiotoxicity, no? So, merong mas less yung trastuzumab, pero yung cardiotoxicity na is not always resolved. Although itong mga to is dose-related naman siya, pero tandaan nyo lang, ang lagi, pag toxin, alcohol, pag drug, doxorubicin, under anthracycline yun. So, cyclophosphamide also can cause endoscopamide. Metabolic, inulit lang, thyroid, either hypo or hyper, and pheochromocytoma. So, very vitamin. Ano ba, B12 lang ba ang very? Sorry, nakalimutan. O maraming deficiency. Sabi nyo na lang kung anong B yung very, ha? Ano? May nutritionist ba dito? How about familial DCM? Usually, kapag meron kang mga muscular dystrophies, o eto na, ARVD, replacement of myocardium by deposits of fats. Tandaan niyo yan ha. So kasama siya sa DCM. O ano to? May congratulations pala, di ba? Nanalo si Alex Ayala. Kakaaral ko para sa inyo na subaybayan ko yung tennis. Ang ganda ha. 6'1" saka 7'5" pa yun o 7'6". Family computer lang nilalaro ng tennis. So, what is Takotsubo? Ang ibig sabihin kasi ng Takotsubo is yon, narrow neck jar. So, LV-gram to, no? Puso yan, yung nasa kanan. Kaso parang naging mushroom. Di ba yung puso dapat parang medyo bullet shape siya o triangular. So, yung 4 o'clock or something, basta yung ballooning na ganyan, that is anatomically mid to apical. Di ba ito yung puso? So, dapat pag-ganon siya, di ba? So, yung apex, di ba, base, apex, so mid. So, ito, lumubo siya. So, that is apical ballooning syndrome, Takotsubo. So, it is common in elderly women na stress. So, bawal may stress pag elderly women. Dayang na lang. So, global ventricular dilatation and hypokinesia of the mid to apical segments. Pero, in the absence of coronary artery stenosis. Siyempre, kung meron kang coronary artery stenosis, hindi takot-tsubo yan. Ischemic cardiomyopathy yan. Diba? So, presentation, pulmonary edema, hypotension, and chest pain. ECG can mimic acute MI. So, elderly, mid to apical, takot-tsubo, pero dapat walang significant na CAD. So, ito yung paborito natin, di ba? Pag hindi nyo alam ang sagot, medyo panic lagi. Pag mahaba yung tanong, true, di ba? Yan. Tapos both lagi. Ganun pa rin ba yung exam nyo? Marami pa rin ba kayong platings? Meron pa rin. Marami pa rin. Magpe-platings pa rin kayo, shifting exams. Meron pa rin. So, o 2/3, so pag hindi nyo alam sagot, tama kayo. 2/3 of dilated cardiomyopathies are still labeled as idiopathic. Wow. Oh. So pag sinabi natin restrictive cardiomyopathy, anong unang iisipin? Restriction, di ba? So, more of ventricular feeling ang problem natin. So, systole o diastole? Sige. Narinig ko yung sagot nyo. Dole. Diastole. So, dominated by abnormal diastolic function. So, diastolic dysfunction siya. Often with mildly decreased contractility and EF. Huwag nyo lang isipin yun. Basta, dapat diastolic dysfunction pag restricted. Usually, the atria are enlarged. A modest LV dilatation can be present, but the end diastolic dimension is less than 6. O baka adik yung magbigay sa inyo ng exam. Pag more than 6 kasi, usually dilated cardiomyopathy yun. Pag less than 6, is restrictive cardiomyopathy. That's your LVEDD, ha? Left ventricular and diastolic diameter. Or LV diameter. Pwede na yun siguro sa level natin. So, since may restriction, the end diastolic pressures are elevated. Ayaw natin yun, di ba? Kasi kung matataas ang diastolic pressure mo, there will be no feeling. Napapasok na dugo. Manifestation. Exercise intolerance is usually the first symptom. Usually right-sided. Kasi syempre, saan ba galing ang cardiac output natin? yung para mag-fill in. Syempre sa systemic circulation. So right-sided mo. So the cardiac impulse may be displaced and less dynamic. The fourth heart sound more common than the third heart sound. So may signs, heart sound siya ng heart failure, di ba? So, ito, lumalabas din to. Rapid wide descent. And may increase during inspiration. Why? Ano pa ba yung mga rapid wide descent na naalala nyo? Ibig sabihin nyo yun, you think anything na pwedeng dito mag-decrease yung RV volume nyo agad. So, katulad ng tricuspid regurgitation. Kasama din yun sa rapid wide descent. And it increases during inspiration. Ha? So, ito yung causes ng inherited defects causing restrictive cardiomyopathy. Pwedeng glycogen storage disease, defective glucose metab, pwede rin infiltrative, ito common to. Usually lumalabas yan, yung amyloidosis saka hemochromatosis, no? So, wag na yung overlap, medyo mahirap yun. So usually basta narinig nyo ang mga amyloidosis, alam ko pati at saka hemochromatosis, parang mga infiltrative. Ang una nyo isipin is yung restrictive cardiomyopathy. So, how about hypertrophic cardiomyopathy? Ito yung minsan ang tawag natin is HOCM. Si Cheese, HOCM siya, di ba? So, HOCM, hypertrophic obstructive cardiomyopathy. So, as the name implies, there is a marked left ventricular hypertrophy. So, di ba class sabi natin kanina, in a usual pathophysiology, when we think of hypertrophy, there must be one causing that is pressure overload, like siyempre hypertension and siguro aortic stenosis, di ba? Pero dito, may absence siya. So talagang yung muscle yung may problema mo. Lumaki lang talaga yung muscle mo. So pinanganak ka, muscle man ka na. So, the systolic function as measured by EF often is, ito naman, Superman, sopra normal siya. So, kasi isip nyo lang, pag yung normal yung heart muscle mo, hindi siya hypertrophied. Kung wala namang sakit yun, normal EF yun. Eh hypertrophied yung muscle mo, mas malupit siyang mag-pump. That's why supranormal yung EF natin. And tandaan nyo class, hindi lang, minsan yung pagka-hypertrophy, hindi lahat ng ventricular segment. Sometimes it's just the septum. So ang tawag doon is asymmetric kasi hindi lahat. Septal kasi yun yung usually na hypertrophy. Kaya asymmetric septal hypertrophy. ASH. No? So ang ASH is a form of hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. So it occurs in 1 to 5,000 in adults. So again, ang problem mo is diastolic dysfunction. Okay? So sa na-discuss natin ngayon, isa lang yung systolic dysfunction, yung dilated cardiomyopathy. Among dito sa tatlo. Pag sinabing diastolic dysfunction, restrictive and hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. So, ito tandaan nyo to. Laging tinatanong ito sa exam, sa board, sa internal medicine, pag nag-cardio na kayo lahat. So, there is systolic anterior motion or yung SAM of the anterior mitral valve leaflet. Di ba? Tandaan nyo lang, during systole, ano ba dapat ang position ng mitral valve mo? Nakasara. Di ba? Pero ito, meron kang SAM, systolic anterior motion. Basta narinig nyo yung SAM, milby, o kung ang isipin nyo. Okay? So, uy, masok kayo dito. Ay, hindi. 19 pa lang kayo, di ba? Di ba? Magkalimutan nyo na to. Dyspnea on exertion, chest pain, puro na lang chest pain, palpitation. Eto lang. So, do you know na minsan yung mga athletes natin, siyempre hindi naman yan nagpapatudi echo lahat. O wala pa tayong masyadong screening nun. They found out, mangilan-ngilan din sa kanila, nung may mga pumayag siguro na autopsy, they have hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Di ba? So, ngayon siguro, before you engage sa mga strenuous activities or sports like weightlifting, mga ganyan-ganyan, magpa-2D echo muna kayo. Yung mga manliligaw nyo rin, kaya magpro-propose sa inyo pagkasal, pa-complete workout nyo na lahat. Baka may mga sakit yun. So, kasi di ba nakakatakot first manifestation of hypertrophic cardiomyopathy can be sudden cardiac death. Paano ka pa magsasabi na may hypertrophic cardiomyopathy ka na? Patay ka na. Harsh murmur. So may murmur siya. Fourth heart sound can be heard. And then, pwedeng bifid systolic impulse. So there's systemic fluid retention. So malamang diuretics to. So, treatment. Beta blocker and possibly verapamil. No? They are the most commonly used initial therapy. So, pag may fluid or water retention, you can use diuretics. So, ang gamot sa hukom, PB and CCB. Beta blocker and calcium channel blocker na verapamil, ha? Hindi amlodipine. So, pwede kang mag-anti-coagulant, pwede ka rin magbigay ng disopyramide, and pwede ka rin magbigay ng amiodarone for arrhythmias. So, eto, sinabi lang, ayan, katulad yan. So, i-browse nyo lang to. Yung pag-EF, pag dilated, mababa, pag restrictive, halos normal yung EF. Pag hypertrophic, laging normal or sabi nga sa lecture natin kanina, supranormal. Sa size naman, eto yon, pag more than 6 cm or 60 millimeters, dilated siya. Pag usually less than 60, restrictive. Pag hypertrophic, hindi naman siya kasi malaki or hindi siya, basta hindi siya malapad yung muscles lang niya hypertrophied. So, decrease yung LV diameter mo. So, left ventricular wall thickness, manipis yung dilated. Sa kabilang dako naman, markedly increase. So, yun. Basta tandaan nyo lang dito, yung nag-present lang ng sudden cardiac death is yung HOFUM, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Now, let's go to myocarditis. Ano tong myocarditis? So, inflammation, necrosis, or myocytolysis of myocardial cells. So, pwedeng usually, di ba sabi natin kanina, there is an infectious and non-infectious causes of myocarditis. So, how the infectious ones can directly invade the myocardium. So, direct invasion, pwede siyang mag-produce ng toxins, and again, the double-edged sword, they can trigger chronic inflammatory responses. So, infective myocarditis, ayan, narinig nyo yan, even dengue, ha, pwedeng mag-cause ng myocarditis kasi viral siya. Pwedeng parasitic, bacterial, and pwedeng spirochete, fungal, rickettsial. So, lahat, all of the above. O viral muna. So, viral invasion and replication can lead directly to myocardial injury and lysis. More on pato to. So, protease, degradation. Ito common examples. Pinag-aralan natin ito dati sa pato picornavirus, enterovirus, RSV, etc. So, pwede rin ito ha. Yan dengue. And yellow fever. And Lassa fever. So, hirap. Kasi para-para silang dyspnea, chest pain, and tachyarrhythmias. So, meron din tayong tinatawag na acute fulminant myocarditis. Di ba yung mga viral? Di ba? Kaya nga minsan ng viral onset nakakatakot kasi pwede nagiging fulminant. So, it's a rapid progression from severe febrile respiratory syndrome to cardiogenic shock from multiple organ system failure. So, ibig sabihin, meron kang viral overload, tapos nagkaroon ka ng viral myocarditis, it will lead to cardiogenic shock. So, So, parang sudden cardiac death din. So, sa echocardiography, pwede ka makita ng signs ng myocarditis. Your cardiac enzymes like troponin and CK can be elevated. So, yung MRI din pwede, but the gold standard is endomyocardial biopsy. Lagi naman biopsy. So, management, you stabilize the hemodynamic status ng patient. So, ibig sabihin, pag hypotension siya, pwede nyo siyang i-fluid challenge, pero pag nagko-congest niya, you give inotropic support. And then adjust neurohormonal antagonist for the treatment of heart failure, di ba? Yung treatment ng heart failure, discuss natin mamaya yung diuretics, ARNI, pwede rin beta blockers, mga aldosterone, and dapagliflozin or empagliflozin, SGLT. So, it resolves, yun lang, it resolves spontaneously while others progress to cardiomyopathy without other obvious cause. Pero karamihan sila, sa kanila, self-limiting naman. So, almost half will have major improvement in EF during the subsequent, medyo matagal-tagal, 6 to 12 months. Parasitic myocarditis. So, exemplified by Chagas disease. It is the most common cause of cardiomyopathy dito sa under parasitic myocarditis. So, acute phase, pwede kang magkaroon ng non-specific signs and symptoms with acute myocarditis. So, pag sinabi natin myocarditis kasi mga chest pain din yan, tachyarrhythmia, and meningoencephalitis. May silent stage yung Chagas disease. It progresses slowly over 10 to 30 years. And the cardiac and GI symptoms or systems in the sa chronic stage so para siya malaman. So parang may latency siya nung tindi. May Chagas disease ka pala. Mag-manifest lang siya after 10 to 30 years. YOLO na lang, YOLO. Okay. So, eto, baka itanong lang. Pag Chaga, yung electrical abnormalities meron, no? So, meron kang SA, meron din AB, SA, sinoatrial node. SA node, AB node, saka right bundle branch block. Okay? So, it can cause AFib, beta, and pwede kang magkaroon ng aneurysm sa apex. Yung takot subo kanina, considered din na aneurysm yun na. Pero ito, pag small lang, saka apex lang, Chagas disease. Sa takot subo kasi, strictly speaking, kahit apical ballooning syndrome yung pangalan niya, mid to apical yung nagdadilate. So, again, class, sa tunay na buhay, basta nakarinig kayo ng mga dilatation ng chambers, usually, may thrombus yan, and then susunod, may embolism yan. Kaya, dilated ventricles, kasi meron kang aneurysm, di ba? Giving rise to pulmonary and systemic emboli. Siyempre, kung nasa right side yung chamber enlargement mo, pulmonary embolism yan. Pag nasa left side, systemic embolism. Cheche fly. Ano naman to? So, meron kang West African and East African. Naging para na yung subject ha. Nakaka-inspire. Okay. Cost by. Papala na kayo dyan. Hindi naman siguro yung tatanong ito sa dami-dami ng mga cardiomyopathy. Hindi naman ito yung ito na lang si toxoplasma. Di ba ano to? Toxoplasma gondii pa to? Saka Kati ba yun? Gondii kasi sa aso yun eh. Kati sa pusa. Totoo ba yun? Joke lang. So, may present with encephalitis or chorioretinitis, and in the heart can cause myocarditis, pericardial effusion, lahat na lang, constrictive pericarditis, and heart failure. Treatment, pyrimethamine and sulfadiazine or Clinda. Ito, trichinosis. Oh. Sa samyup, undercooked meat. Okay, kumain doon sa Commonwealth yun. Malapit sa Labayani ba yun? Dito sa akin. Dami nagkakasakit dyan, dinadala sila sa Commonwealth Hospital. Ay, bawal pa lang manira. Lagay niyo sa lecture. Wala. Yan. Kawawa naman. May retinal hemorrhage, myalgia, weakness, fever, periorbital and facial edema, no? May occasionally invade the myocardium. So, alam naman natin pag trichinosis, di ba? Antibodies yung diagnosis, and merong pag-parasite lagi sa CDC is medtech dyan, kaway-kaway, eosinophilia, no? Anti-helminthic drugs and glucocorticoids ang treatment. How about bacterial infection? So, class, ang hirap pag yung patient natin, kunyari may pneumonia na severe, tapos biglang bababa yung kung magkaka-heart failure. Sometimes, walang coronary artery disease yan or walang cardiomyopathy yan. It's just because contractility is oftentimes depressed in severe infection. So, pag severe infection like sepsis through yung systemic inflammatory response, yung SIRS. Namimit nyo yan lagi. So, hindi lahat ng parang nagka-heart failure symptoms kapag ang unang presentation ng pasyente is sepsis, is na heart attack siya o na heart failure or na cardiomyopathy. It's just because of the infection itself. So it's secondary to direct invasion and abscess formation, which is rare yung abscess formation. So diphtheria specifically affects, di ba, anong pangalan nito? Bacterium diphtheria, tama ba? Tama? Yes? Alam niyo ba ibig sabihin ng core? Core group? Hindi. Core, C-O-R. Hindi. Core is a Latin word. Ang ibig sabihin nun, puso. Kaya nga, core pulmonal. Ano ba? Corazon, Espanyol yun, pero ibig sabihin nun, heart. Ano pang core? Corte. Hindi, ang core kasi C-O-R, ibig sabihin nun, puso. Cortis. Yung mga mahilig mag-novena, nakikita nyo yan. Basta pag core, kaya corine, bacterium diphtheria, kasi it affects the heart also, kasi may core siya. Most common cause of death in patients with this infection. So, it can release toxin, siyempre protein synthesis na naman is involved and affect the conduction system. O dalawa na yung nag-affect ng conduction system. So other systemic bacterial infection, brucellosis, chlamydophila, legionella, meningococcus, mycoplasma, psittacosis, and itlog. Salmonellosis. Clostridium din can cause myocardial damage from the release toxin. Basta Clostridium, basta may gas bubbles, no? It can occasionally cause abscess formation, di ba? Rare na ang abscess in the form of myocardium and pericardium. So pag gas bubbles, Clostridium, ang diphtheria involves the heart, and yun yung common cause of death ng mga patients infected with corianin. Namamatay sila due to heart disease, and it affects the conduction pathway. Siyempre, hindi mawawala kapag wala yung strep. So, alam nyo naman pag group A beta hemolytic, ARF, or yung rheumatic fever mo. So, pero pag rheumatic fever kasi ang una yung isipin is valve involvement. Anong pinaka-common na valve involvement pag may rheumatic heart disease? Mitral. Anong pangalawa? Hindi aortic. Mitral and aortic combined. Ang pangatlo, aortic lang. Basta siguro sa level natin, mitral valve lagi ang ang involved. So it can also lead to myocarditis. So nadagdagan natin dati kasi pag sinabi nating beta hemolytic strep, lagi lang rheumatic fever, valve. Ngayon, pwede ka rin palang magkaroon ng myocarditis. So, TB, the great mimicker. Tama? Sino si the great masquerader? Pulmonary embolism. Sino si the great pretender? Hindi nakasama yun. So, involves the myocardium directly as well as through tuberculous pericarditis. O, tandaan nyo yan ha, nagkaka-TB yung pericardium. Di ba sa pato dati merong sinabi, ano yung mga organs na hindi nagkaka-TB? Tatlo or apat yun. Naalala nyo? Lahat naman kayo nagpato, di ba? Kayo maalala. Pero meron yun, organs na hindi nagkaka-TB. Parang adrenals ata. Basta meron yun. Naka-Netflix na lang siya. Hindi siya nag-TV. Rarely does so when the disease is treated. O, syempre, dami-daming gamot sa rheumatic. O, di ba? Penicillin, azithromycin, erythromycin. How about Whipple's disease? Yung ano ba itong spelling nyo? Basta Tropherima whippeli. So, usually, GI tract, but pericarditis, valvular, and occasionally clinical heart failure may occur. So, ang dami si W. Other infections. So, ito naman, spirochetes. So, Lyme carditis most often presents with, di ba sa spirochetes, may arthritis ka, and conduction system disease. Lagi may conduction. O, tatlo na. Diphtheria, Lyme. Dalawa. Hanapin nyo na lang yung isa kanina. It resolves within 1 to 2 weeks of antibiotic treatment. And it rarely causes clinical heart failure. Basta pag sa spirochetes, ang dyan, meron kang kasamang arthritis. Pag si Clostridium gas. So, how about fungal? So, lahat naman ata. Aspergillosis, crypto, histoplasmosis. So, they are usually through hematogenous or direct spread. So, cardiac infection is rare. So, rare lang ang fungal myocarditis. How about rickettsia, yung Rocky Mountain spotted fever or scrub typhus? Involvement, siyempre lahat naman yan may ECG changes, but most clinical manifestations relate to systemic vascular involvement. Hindi na emphasize kung alin dito, no? Hindi na elaborate, parang hirap. So, other causes of myocarditis, you can have cardiac transplant, rejection, and granulomatous myocarditis like sarcoidosis, pwede ring giant cell myocarditis, pwede ring hypersensitivity myocarditis. Isipin nyo, diuretics pala, pwede, anticonvulsants, and methyl dopa. Saan nyo naririnig yung methyl dopa? sa mga buntis. So, pag meron ka rin polymyositis and dermatomyositis, lahat na lang ng makita nyo itis dyan, i-all nyo na lang. Inflammation all. So, prognosis, o di ba? Mild symptoms have a better prognosis and complete resolution. Patients who have progressed to chronic myocarditis will eventually present with dilated cardiomyopathy. So, yun yung isang tandaan nyo ha. Hindi siya magiging restrictive, hindi siya magiging hypertrophic, magiging dilated cardiomyopathy siya. Pag chronic o hindi na-resolve yung myocarditis natin. Yan. Thank you for listening. 5-minute break.